was interested to know, what is religion like, especially in Germany, like especially like Christianity. I know people are like, what, katholisch and evangelisch, but like I heard that you have to pay a tax or something to go, and I'm not very religious. I just, something interesting I heard. So is that true?
I am bored. What should I do? Ah, ich weiß.
That is actually true. There is something called a Kirchensteuer, church tax, which you will have to pay, well, if you're in the church, but I guess you can leave the church. I mean, I'm still in the church, but I'm not religious or anything like that, but there is such a thing, but I'm not 100% sure if it's mandatory. I believe you can leave the church if you wanted that, but then of course would have a harder time marrying or anything like that if you ever wanted to do that. So most people, I think, just put up with it. You basically have to pay the church tax if you are part of a state-recognized church, such as the Catholic or Protestant church, and also if your main residence is in Germany. Fun little fact, in the year 2012 the Catholic Church had about 24.3 million members and the Protestant Church 23.6 million members. Religions in which you don't have to pay a church tax are Islam, Buddhism, Methodism, Baptism, or Adventism. The church tax percentage varies from state to state, but is around 8 to 9%. For example, if you earn about 30,000 euros a year, then you will have to pay 437.44 euros church tax a year. If you earn less than 9,000 euros a year, or make less than 9,000 euros a year in profit, then you will not have to pay any church tax, any income tax, or, well, similar taxes. You are able to declare the church tax in your tax declaration though. In some rare cases, the church might even tax you for the land you own, but that varies from state to state. The German tax office, the Finanzamt, is responsible for setting the income and church tax, and your employer will then, well, deduct this income and church tax. Afterwards, the church tax is transferred to the church. This transaction is not for free though. Each church has to pay a fee ranging from 3 to 4.5% of the deducted church tax. But the church generally doesn't mind, since this process is way cheaper than if they did it themselves. In Germany, you will have to pay property tax if you are a landowner, and the church can then charge about 10% of that property tax. So what if you don't really earn a lot and are not a landowner? Do you still have to pay church tax? Sometimes. If you are in certain areas of Germany only though. In these areas, even stay-at-home moms or dads or, well, unemployed people will have to pay a church tax when they're over 18 years old and are over the existence minimum with their income. Then they will have to pay between 24 and 72 euros a year directly towards their church community. What if you live and work in different states in Germany? Does it influence the church tax? Yes, it does. The church tax is only relevant for the state you work in. How can you leave the church in Germany? That is actually not that difficult. You might have to go to your local district court and even bring your marriage certificate if you have one. And then sometimes it's free, sometimes you will have to pay 25 to 100 euros for it though. Definitely get a certificate that shows that you left the church, just in case you need it in the future. So what is the church tax actually being used for? Well, there are different possibilities. Most of the time, the church actually just pays their own personnel with this money. This makes up for about 60 to 70%. Then there's of course renovating old churches, building new ones, and of course social purposes like helping homeless people, for example. This is the minimum of the money though, about 5% I would say. And last but not least, what about, well, if you still want to be part of the church but don't want to pay the church tax? That is not possible, since a court ruling decided that everyone who wants to be part of the church will have to pay church tax. I'm sorry. So you have to decide for yourself, is this worth it? Do you want to pay church tax in order to, well, stay part of the church in Germany? Or do you think, well, no, what? No, I'm not gonna pay this. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think about this method, how we do it in Germany? Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you haven't yet. Consider supporting me on patreon.com/getgermanized, and apart from that, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to get Germanized. Goodbye and auf Wiedersehen.